Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to the AGS TV channel. I have just realised I am super late, basically. I keep forgetting what time. I thought the game was on at 11. Apparently, it is not. Apparently, it's on now. So here I am. I hope you guys are all doing well. Just give me a second. So it's Aston Villa versus Brisbane Roar. How you doing, Stealth? We also had a comment earlier from Aston Villa Shorts as well. Yeah, the times are weird. At least it's not a 5 o'clock kickoff. But the times have been like very, very weird. And yeah, I need to find a stream of the game today. How you doing, Clearly Begin? Hi, how are you? What time's it kicking off? Apparently it's live now. It's been on since 10:35, or has it just kicked off at 10:45? Because on the Villa TV it said it was live 10 minutes ago, but that could have just been to talk about the squad before we went live. I think it's on as of now at 10:45. We won't beat United, so no, we won't win anything. You never know. You never know, mate. So just like not last time, but the time before that against Warsaw, we are going to try and look for streams and post them in chat and do all that good stuff. Villa TV isn't letting you purchase anything. That's a bit odd. I do have the stream. I have got a stream. And it's the good old He's Goal. Although we won't be able to rely on this during the season because they don't do Premier League anymore. But we do have the good old He's Goal. And we're about to kick off here. At least on here. Brisbane Roar in orange. Aston Villa in the claret and blue, as always. I need to go for the lineup, actually. It's a slightly different team. Finally, in goal is Emi Martinez. Matty Cash, Chambers, Diego Carlos and Luca Dean's the back four. That is the back four I want, by the way, for the season. Diego Carlos and Chambers. Best two defenders we have. McGinn and Kamara as the pivot. Coutinho, Bailey and Traore as the front three. And Danny Ings the striker. I'm going for a 4-0 Villa win. We should be beating a team like this comfortably. Very comfortably. And already, there might have been a mistake there for Brisbane. Good pressing from Traore. The ball doesn't ricochet to a Villa player on the press, though, thankfully for the Australian side. And again, it's another good press from Cash. Villa build down the right. Early ball in. Oh, it's a terrible ball from Cash, though. And Brisbane get away with it. But, wow, first minute into the game and Villa showing impetus to go and score. It is a pretty strong team. So, yeah, guys, give me your predictions right now. This, in my opinion, is a very obvious 3 or 4-0 win. Like, Australia and teams in Australia I've never rated in football, which is a shame because they have a lot of people that live there. They're, you know, one of the biggest countries in the world, and they have very little football quality, and I've never understood that, really. Hey, do Mustafa, what's up? You bought the training kit. I probably won't. It's too expensive. It is a joke. I made a video on that. I'll buy the Villa home kit, but I'll leave it at that, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to go beyond that. It's so dumb, man. It's like £65. So stupid. Stal says 3-0 win. Clearly Begin 5-0. Yeah, I think it's going to be strong today. If we don't... I know I have said before, like, friendlies don't matter, but, you know, a team like this, if we don't hurt them, I think that's a worry. I think it's a little bit of a worry. The Leeds game, we didn't really show anything, really. I thought we were quite toothless, and we played a very poor Leeds side, who I think are going to be in some relegation trouble this season. And it was a close game, and that worries me a little bit. It very much worries me. Leeds beat them 2-1. Well, there you go. I don't rate. I think Leeds could easily go down this year without Rafinha. Bamford's looking off it. Without Phillips, I know Phillips was injured a lot of last season, but I think Leeds are going to struggle. I really do. Is Chambers for Villa? Nearly 3 minutes gone. McGinn. We have literally had the ball this whole time. Kamara. Coutinho. Very deep. Brisbane literally have every man back for this. We're early on in the game and they are defending like Norwich at Man City away. £65 isn't bad compared to Barcelona and Real. I know we are the same type of team as them, but the kits are way too expensive. Yeah, you can't really compare us to them because we're not them, you know? Like, and if you're going to compare us to other teams, our season ticket is £200 more expensive than Man City. I know people say Man City don't have fans, but there's no world where that should happen. A team that wins trophies almost every single year, I don't know. It doesn't sit right with me. Villa claimed for a penalty as Traore goes down in the box, but the referee is not having any of it. He did get a little shove. I think a replay. I'm going to watch the replay here to get my a better opinion. You know what? I think there's an argument there. It's a bit of an elbow as he leads across Traore, right? I think there's an argument for a penalty. How you doing, Kieran? What's up, AJ? How long left? It's very early on, bro. It's 4 minutes into the game. I need to get a timer for this. I forgot again. I was reminded in the last game against Leeds because I had a timer throughout the whole season when I did these, and I forgot. So yeah, it is only 4 minutes into the game. I don't know, man. I'm a bit worried it's going into the start of the season though. A lot of people who don't watch Villa will look at our signings and think, you know, we're going to improve, but the football's the same. We still look toothless. We have not really improved going forward. And I don't know, maybe the game will tell a little bit more, but you know, where would you rate Brisbane Roar? Like, how would you compare them? Are they a League One side? Are they a League Two side? How poor are teams in Australia? Because we don't really know. It's hard to compare international sides, but like, are they a harder team to play than Warsaw, who we played on the first friendly? I didn't realise so it would be an early one. Yeah, oh my god, the Leeds game. Oh man, I got up so early, and I've been ill all week. Right, in the heat, it's been so horrible, and that game, oh my god, it was a terrible game to start with. And I felt just abysmal all the way through. You know, then we miss a penalty. Watkins misses a 1-on-1. I'm just thinking, what have I stayed up for here? It was just horrible. We did win, and we got a clean sheet, and that's important. But my god, the football was terrible. My god, that was one of the worst games of football I've ever seen. There was just no fight from anyone. Honestly, you could argue, oh, it was a game of defences, but even they were pretty much untroubled. The League One side, Leeds struggled to break them down. Well, that says a lot about Leeds, really. I think, you know, realistically, they are in serious trouble this season. Like, let's not beat around the bush here. They have sold their best two players, and they are going to rely on, you know, an unfit Bamford. And I'm going to say unfit Bamford because he was terrible against us. He looked off the boil. Very, very unfit. I feel like, well, they rushed him back into this side last year, got injured again, and it seems like they might be doing it again because, like, either that or he's just not looking anywhere near as good as what he was. And injuries can do that to players. You know, one of the biggest examples, Eduardo at Arsenal, a long time ago. You know, he was a good striker, he broke his leg against Birmingham, came back from injury, was never the same player again. And that could happen to Bamford. Not saying it will, but I didn't see anything of him in the Villa Leeds game, and it was only 2 years ago. He scored a hat-trick at Villa Park, and he looked one of the best strikers I've seen for a while. It's weird how football works, but yeah, I worry for Leeds a lot. I really do. They are a shell of what they were not that long ago. At least Melier's looking good though. I'll give him that. Mine, I thought midnight kickoffs were bad. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind a midnight kickoff. I'd just be a little groggy in the morning. But that's fine. I genuinely think the worst time for football is anywhere between like 4 and 6, because like 7 you get away with. You know, you can wake up a little bit early. You just go to bed a little bit earlier, and that's fine. But like 4 o'clock in the morning, what the hell do you do? It's like no matter what you do, you're kind of screwed. Yeah. Oh, 1 a.m. That's borderline on the rough side, I think. It could be worse, but it's not great. It's not great. I wouldn't want that. Since the error isn't proven, they got Rocker from Bayern. He's a Phillips replacement. He isn't proven. Well, yeah. I think one of the, some people might argue me on this, but I think one of the big important things in football is having Premier League experience. And you can spend a lot of money on a player who doesn't have that, and they struggle when they come here. I'm looking at Wesley. When we signed him, we spent 20 million on Wesley, and he scored 5 goals. And now, we sent him out on loan. He's finally gone, and it's happened time and time again. When we got relegated, we bought players abroad, and they struggle here. I think one of the most important things is reliability. People will. I'm going to use Richarlison as an example here. People will degrade Richarlison. They'll mention that he hasn't. Last year he didn't score many goals, but at least he is Premier League proven. It's a lot of money to spend on a player, and I think Everton took more of a W than Tottenham. But at least Tottenham know he can score goals in the Premier League, right? I think Haaland will do well at City. And this may sound like a horrible comparison, but we have no idea if he is he's not Premier League proven. We have absolutely no idea. Timo Werner scored 35 goals for Leipzig, came to Chelsea and did terrible. That's all I'm going to say. Right? I'm not going to say Haaland's going to flop. I'm just saying at least Tottenham know that Richarlison's proven. At least Arsenal know that Gabriel Jesus is Premier League proven. Man City do not know that about Haaland. Liverpool don't know that about Nunes. And I think it's a big thing in signing players these days. I really do. Premier League's the hardest league in the world. And that's not me being biased. It is just fact. It is 100% just fact. Teams like Norwich would give other teams in other leagues games, right? I'm thinking, teams like Sevilla. Especially like the French league, I don't rate that league. The German league, I think, is looking very off these days, considering the players that come from there. Sancho, smashing up German league, comes to England, doesn't do very well. I mentioned Werner already. I don't know. I think there's a couple of things here. My voice is going. I'm still ill, by the way. Facts. I think Nunes will flop. He missed a big sitter against us. He missed 2 sitters against Palace. And players are allowed to make mistakes, but these people, like Liverpool fans, will expect him to get several goals. City fans will expect Haaland to get like 20 plus goals, and we have absolutely no idea how well they're going to do. You can guess, and I would guess Haaland will reach those numbers, but Nunes, I don't know. I think the safer bet is Haaland, but we literally don't know if they're Prem proven. Like, the only thing is Haaland scores goals in the Champions League, which is, you can kind of convert that into, well, he'll probably do well in the Prem. But we genuinely have no idea, because everything I can say about Haaland, you could say about Werner, right? And everyone is scared to comment about Haaland potentially not doing well, because he'll play for City, he'll score goals. But I'm just saying, I have seen Werner go from one of the most respected top players in Europe, go to Chelsea, and it all crumbles. That's all I'm going to say. It's because the person that scouted and signed players was the worst ever, because he signed players for way too much money that play in that league no one's ever heard of. Yeah, our scouting regime was a joke. Kieran says, Nunes is big L, Haaland is calm. Only things that stop Haaland are injuries. Yeah, that could happen. I saw some people get scared of a tweet about someone in America called Haaland getting injured, and they thought it was Erling Haaland, who's quite funny. Haaland is injury prone. Sancho will shine next season. He's looking good in pre-season. Fair enough. He might do. But his first season was, I think it's fair to say, a struggle. I know you can blame just Man United in general on that, but a little bit of a struggle, sure. Awful, mate. AJ, have a look if you can. Oh, the kit. Oh dear. I didn't like our kit when it got leaked, and then like the actual announcement, the 4K images came out. It looked better. I do like it more than I hate it now. Maybe I'm just it's just copium. I'm finally just like, okay, it's a Villa kit, whatever. And now it's here. I care less about what it looks like. I still, I don't know. I still prefer last season's kit to this one, but it's not terrible. You know what? While I'm here, I'll have a look at the Everton away kit. Just give me a second. 22, 23. I'll give my opinion. Is it the pink one? You know what? I don't hate it. I'm not a fan of pink kits. I know. Wait, how long ago was it? I've known Everton to have a pink away kit. It might have even been like 10 years ago. But I do remember an Everton away kit that was pink. It's not... Look, it's not great, but it's not awful. Like, I'm trying to be positive here. I don't like the sponsor. I'm going to say that. At least I tried to blend it into the kit. I just don't like the sponsor. The sponsor's huge. And I said that about the Watford kit last year. This season's much better in person, trust. Yeah, well, I'm going to order it and I'll give my little review on it. The Everton home kit. It's a little plain. I don't like the sleeves. I usually like a different colour sleeve and it's all blue, but it doesn't have a pattern, so it looks different. And the sponsor's huge, man. I don't know. It's not the worst kit of this season, but it's a solid 6 out of 10 for me. No need for positivity. It's awful. Hummel haven't done well. I've seen worse. I have seen worse. The home kit. Look, you won't agree with this. I doubt. I like the away kit more than the home one. The away kit has a little bit more personality. It's different, and I like different. I respect different. Like last year's Chelsea's home kit, everyone like hated because the pattern was like weird, and then it didn't even like match the whole kit. But I respect that they've gone for something different, and the away kit's pattern is just so weird, and it kind of little bit works. I just think maybe the color palette wasn't great. The home kit I really dislike because it's just really plain, just really plain, and teams like Tottenham will struggle with that because they just have white to work with, and maybe a splash of another color. I reckon I could find a worse kit like that this season, to be quite honest. What do you think the worst kit this season is? I will go for Chelsea's home kit. I'm just going to double check that again. It's the one with the terrible collar. And I hated it when I saw it, and I hate it still. Man United's kit is vile as well. Yeah, the Chelsea one's worse than Everton's. 100%. That collar is the worst thing I've ever seen. Absolute disgusting collar. I hated it. And the Man United kit is just vile. I'm sorry. The away kit's nice, but the home kit is just terrible. The badge is ugly. I think they've gone for like a retro thing, right? And I just don't like it. I think the collar's vile. I'm sorry, Mus, but the collar for United kit is, again. I'm a collar man. I'm a collar man, mate. If the collar doesn't look good, I don't like the kit. Defo worse, but Hummel tend to do well. Yeah, true. I feel like, some kit manufacturers are known for doing really well. And when they don't do well for your team, you wonder why. You're like, well, how come you do a great kit for another side, but when it comes to us, you don't? Yeah, I know what you mean by that. But But yeah, now the collar for the look at. All right, guys, if you haven't seen it, or if you wanna like refresh your mind, go and look up Man United's kit for this year. Look at that collar. Ignore everything else. Look for the collar. It's just vile. It's just vile. I have no idea what they were going for. It is disgusting. And then the Chelsea one. How did that even get past any board that agreed on that? I'll never know. Honestly, man. You like the Man United top? You know what? You do you. United kit in real life looks so fake. It's mad. Yeah, that's what I mean. Oh man, I have a few disagreements with the United kit. That's all I'm gonna say. I think it could definitely be better. I gotta say, so I've seen Villa's away kit get leaked, and that looks nice. That looks nice. They've put the home kit in the store, and it's you know, not the home kit, sorry, the goalkeeping home kit. And I know they have to kind of be a little bit boring, and it is just that. It is just a little bit boring. By the way, you can get what's called a pro shirt at Villa, like what they wear, and they go for over £100. I've seen a bit, Kieran. I appreciate you being here. I hope Everton do well. Also, because we play, are we the second game of the season? So I should be seeing you very soon, my friend. Take care. Also, nothing has happened in the 20 minutes that I've literally been talking. Brisbane actually had a shot that could have threatened. But this game, just like the Leeds game, very little has happened, I've got to say. And it's a little bit disappointing. Indeed, mate. You two see you in the second half. Here come Brisbane down the right. I'm a bit disappointed that once again, we look toothless. We look like a team that's not going to threaten. You know, we are playing a side that, frankly, are terrible. Like, I'm not going to beat around the bush here. They are terrible. Oh, good. Oh, I say a good tackle by McGinn, but he lets it go again. And a shot comes in for Brisbane. It's a good save by Emi Martinez. He was Higgett. He went for the near post there. Good save. Emi doesn't let it spill, and that's what I like about Emi Martinez. Just skips past the tackle of Chambers there. The shot wasn't great, but it's a little bit too easy for me. Just going to look up their lineup a sec. Well, I'm not going to beat around the bush here. Who knows any Brisbane players? Like, realistically, I do not know any players from Brisbane. Is Coutinho for Villa? We've been poor. We have, Dean. 100%. Are you doing Aston Villa shorts or something, mate? Is Cash for Villa? Has a little 1-2 and goes backwards. We have been more than poor, I would say. You know, what Brisbane player do you know? I can't. I'm looking at their side. I genuinely don't know anyone. Freka, Alred, Chapman, Akbari, Danzaki, Ivanovic, Miluznik, Brindle South, O'Shea, Trewin, and Zabala. I don't know any of those players, mate. I don't watch Australian football. Do you think we should have sold anyone? Transfer window should be Douglas Luiz. I have an agenda, I know, but I would sell Douglas Luiz. We have too many players now. At least to make everyone happy. And Louise offers us the least. I'll get rid of Louise. But it won't happen. Davis as well. Al Ghazi, obviously. But Louise. 30 million. Gone. And then people wonder why I think we're not going to set the Premier League alight and we will not finish in the top half. Don't know what it is about the club Aston Villa. Everybody's just improved pre-season and Villa just like Villa we've always been. Watching the match. I'm watching on his goal, mate. I'm watching on his goal. Ex-Norwich keeper Farker? No, that's the manager, by the way. It's not their goalkeeper. It's the manager, Daniel Farker, bro. 22 gone here. Villa 0. Brisbane Raw 0. And they do have a free kick here midway through the first half. Ironically, it's midway through the first half as well as midway through their half on the field. I'm going to go see you later. See you in a bit. Clearly again. Hopefully talk at half-time, whatever. How you doing, Nathaniel? What's up, mate? Yeah, but 23 minutes in, we've had very little to show for anything. And Brisbane, I hate to say it, have looked more threatening than we have. I can't believe I'm even uttering those words. A team that I thought we were going to beat 4-0. Yeah, it's looking a little bit dodgy, mate. Been pretty poor. Yeah, it has been. Good free kick from Brisbane. It was cleared by Chambers. By the way, guys, who should our defensive two centre-backs be? I want it to be Chambers and Diego Carlos. I know Mings is the captain, and I know it's not realistic to say that, but that's what I want. Do people agree with that? Do you want to see Mings with Carlos? Do you want to see Kuntz with Carlos? For some reason, do you want to see Howes with Carlos? Just let me know. Because I've heard a lot of different opinions about that recently. Because we've got loads of good centre-backs, or at least loads of competitive centre-backs. I'm watching it on the good old He's Goal, guys. Don't rely on He's Goal for the Premier League this season, but they are showing the game live on their site because it is a friendly. For some reason, they announced last year, I mean, you guys must have heard of it anyway, but He's Goal are no longer providing Premier League matches, which is a shame because whenever it was not on the Premier League, you know, you can watch it on Sky or BT. I thought His Goal was a nice little replacement for that, but you can't do it anymore. Carlos and Konsa, that's not a bad shout. Konsa last season though wasn't as good as what he has been, and I know you can just have a bad season, but Konsa really fell off last year. Like, I rated Konsa as one of our best players at Villa, full stop. And then last year, that kind of, well, drastically crumbled. He made a lot of mistakes. He seemed to panic a little bit. It cost us a few goals. And he didn't look as solid as even Mings sometimes. I know Mings makes a lot of mistakes. But on his day, I mean, there's a reason why he plays for England. Here's Leon Bailey for Villa. He's gone past a few tackles here, lays it off. Can we get the shot away? The ball goes wide to Cash, cuts inside, slips as he shoots. Ball bounces to Traore and he puts it wide. Oh my goodness me, Villa. What was that? Matty Cash slips as he cut on his left foot, trying to get that ball towards the Brisbane goal. Does he go for goal here, or was this a cross? I think he's gone for goal and slip. He's gone for power there and he's fell over. And then Traore, with his swinging right boot, scuffs it wide of the post. Mings and Carlos. Mings and Carlos is what will happen. It's not what I want though. I think Chambers is I can't believe I'm saying it because I did not rate Chambers when he was at Arsenal. Chambers better defender than Mings. And Diego Carlos in the friendlies that we've played, he's easily shown that he's a competent centre back. It's just no nonsense. I love it. It's on His Goal. For anyone wondering, it is on His Goal. You can literally type up Aston Villa His Goal and it will show. It may be on a 1 or 2 minute delay, but who cares? Cross on the left. That's gone out of play, I think. It has. Wait, did it not? Well, I thought that went out for a goal kick, but the referee doesn't think so. And neither does the linesman. Cross from the left for Villa. Headed away. Oh, they failed to clear it though. It's gone to Traore. And Traore nearly wins a corner, but they've kept it in play. Oh, but again, Brisbane can only half clear it. It goes to Chambers. Villa have almost camped in their box here. Coutinho. Not really done much so far today. Coutinho rolls it backwards to Chambers. Can Villa... Oh, we've gone for an early ball into the box. It's a good catch from the goalkeeper. What time is it in the match? It is 27 minutes into the game, mate, for anyone wondering. 27 minutes in. It is still Aston Villa 0, Brisbane Roar 0. And I don't want to be negative for no reason. Some people are negative just to be negative. And that is not me. But in this 27 minutes, we have absolutely nothing to show for. We have done nothing. I wouldn't even say we've controlled the game. Brisbane have had the best chance of scoring. We have done so little here. It is kind of embarrassing. There's no other way of me putting that. Also, guys, we do actually have 51 people in the live stream. So if you guys can like the video or subscribe to the channel if you're new, it would very much be appreciated. I've done live streams for every single Villa game so far this season. I'm 100% gonna do live streams for the next 2 Villa friendlies, as well as 100% the Bournemouth game on the opening day, and Everton, which will be either on Sky or BT. It's a 12:30 kickoff against Everton. So yeah, you guys got to watch out for that. That'll be fun. First game at Villa Park this season. Very nice to see that it's on TV. We play you on Saturday morning. Yeah, we do. You looking forward to the game? Is there anything you want to see? Do you reckon you'll play like a second string team for that? I saw you beat Palace. Not bad. And obviously Liverpool. But they'll say they played their young team. They can say what they want. They still had players like Alisson in goal. And they got battered. I don't know. If I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be a tiny bit worried about that. Traore did just nutmeg one of the Brisbane players there. That is... The fact that's one of the best things I've seen today, that makes me really sad. Strong team, you think? Also, I don't know if you're gonna laugh at this. I've genuinely seen a lot of Man United fans think that Anthony Martial will actually be a pivotal role in United season. Sorry, guys. I'm still ill. I've been ill for like over a week now, and I can't shake this cold. And the heat has not helped. The heat has made it so much worse, and it's just prolonged my my hell here. McGinn's shot is deflected, and didn't even threaten the goal. The A League is upper League One, lower Championship level. Peak A League in informed teams about as good as Aberdeen. Great, I'd say great observation. That. I've been discussing throughout the whole stream how do I rate Brisbane Roar and just Australian sides in general, and it is hard to compare international teams. I think it's very difficult to do that. I really do think that. And would they be okay? I'll put it this way: would they beat Exeter City? Would they beat Plymouth Argyle? Would they be, a team like Portsmouth, Peterborough? And I don't know. Are we still linked with Suarez? Not really. I don't think we ever really were. It's more of like a story than reality. If it does happen, then fair enough. I got egg on my face, but at least we'd have Suarez, so I don't care. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's ever gonna happen. And yeah, Portsmouth probably not, to be honest. I would say the Australian League is about the average mid-table League One side, and that's been nice, to be fair. A team like Australia, a country like Australia should be providing better players though. I know they'll say that, they play cricket, and this is the reason why India as a country, even though they have like 1 billion people, they say they don't produce talented footballers is because they are pushed into playing cricket instead. But still not really an excuse, in my opinion. Traore goes for goal, puts it over. That's the closest we've come though. It's about 3 or 4 feet over the bar as he curls it. It's not too bad, but it's not threatening the goal, and that's what we need here. It's true for me, Martial suits our system. He's looking good in pre-season. He's had... what I will say, though, about Anthony Martial, he's had all this time... to establish himself as a United starting, player. And he never has. And maybe, like, when he first signed, I suppose. But when he fell off, he has not come back, is what I'm trying to say. And considering he has a Ballon d'Or clause in his contract, I, I don't know. I don't know. I hope he does well, though. I hope he does well, because he has been criticised for years. And I like to see players have a comeback. Same like Rashford, by the way. I respect Rashford a lot off the field. And look, the criticism has been fair of Rashford because he hasn't been good enough. But I do want to see more of a happy ending. He missed a penalty for England in the biggest game of his career. And, alright, look at him and look at Saka, right? Saka has grown from that moment massively and was probably Arsenal's best player last year. Rashford has just deteriorated, even worse. And now looks like he's never... Well, right now, Rashford is a million miles away from the England squad. I would say bloody Danny Ings is closer to playing for England than Rashford right now. And I hope for his sake, he has a better season. Maybe he has to leave United, which I don't think he'd want to do at all. But he might have to leave United in order to, get his career going again. Rashford's doing alright in pre-season. I'm glad to see that. Although it is pre-season. Martial is supposed to be sold, but the Ronaldo rumour is probably why it hasn't been sold. Yep, nail on the head there, Jack. When did you turn into a United fan? Look, I hate United. Look, I hate United because they've ruined my childhood, really. And they won trophy after trophy after trophy until I was like 12. And then, David Moyes took over and the rest. So throughout a lot of my adolescent years, they were just by far better than anyone else. And then Man City ruined my teenagers. So I don't like them both. What do you think about Kamara? He's very solid. He reminds me very much of Idrissa Gana Gueye when we had him at Villa. If you guys remember that. Idrissa Gueye was probably the only shining light in that abysmal season in 2016. He's very tenacious, hard-working, and he 100% puts in an unbelievable shift here. A-League All-Stars look better than most teams versus Barcelona recently. Well, I don't overly rate La Liga if we're going to go there. La Liga are so corrupt, it's unreal, and no one calls them out. They have allowed teams like Barcelona and Real Madrid to break financial fair play rules because La Liga make money off it. If Barcelona and Real had the book put on them and they lost all their because Barcelona have been allowed to buy players despite being in debt, which is dumb. But if they didn't allow them to do that, people would not care about that league. They're already dropping viewers to the Premier League, right? Are they going to drop below Serie A? Are they going to drop below the French league in terms of viewers? Like, they're doing it as a desperate attempt to stay relevant. Leon Bailey for Villa smashes it over the bar on the 36th minute. Oh, dear Lord, man. There's a reason why I'm not talking about the game much. It has been so bad. Hayden Jerome Villa TV, what's up, mate? Mustafa says Gareth is his favourites. He picks it like Maguire, Rashford. He shouldn't be near the England squad. Kamara's class, who was linked with us last season. I was going to say, what is the Man United... obviously, there's a lot of United fans, and you all have probably varying opinions. What is your opinion on Maguire in terms of United? Would you just sell him, or try to sell him, if you can? Like, would you strip him completely of captaincy? How would you deal with Maguire? Because I have seen a lot of varying opinions of Maguire. Harry FC, some of you guys may know him on Kieran Rant's channel as well, is a Villa fan. I like him. He came out with a video the other day basically saying Maguire is class, but people focus on his mistakes. Very positive spin on Maguire. I don't overly share that opinion, but I respect someone who does. Real Madrid and Barcelona have a long history of government bailouts. Well, it's just disgusting, man. UEFA loaner, I've heard that for years. Arsenal and Chelsea have been screwed over against Real Madrid by corrupt referees as well. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. Barca have now got Lewandowski, Rafinha, Dembele on new contract, Christensen and Kessie on a free. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. How? They're in debt by millions, bro. How are they affording this? Jack Phillips says Maguire is a backup player in the squad level right now. Might as well sell him. Yeah. I just think Maguire, because of how badly it's gone at United, Maguire puts not even purposely, but puts a target on United every single game, because the journalists love to pick him apart because they know it's in the public's interest to do so, right? A lot of the public hate Maguire, which is stupid because he's a footballer, right? Doesn't matter. On his day he can be alright, but they target Maguire on any mistake. And that just puts pressure on the team. And I think the sad thing is he might have to leave in order to get around that. Thanks for the £1 from Dean. Appreciate that. Time is kick off, but it's already kicked off. It's nearly half time. And to be honest, mate, just to stop you getting annoyed, nothing has happened. You've missed absolutely nothing. We bought a new centre-back, Martinez, who we hijacked off Arsenal. Martinez has to start. Thanks for another £1 from Dean. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've heard a lot of slander on Lisandro Martinez. He's like 5'9", and you know, I can't criticize someone who's I'm 5'11", right? So I'm in no shape to criticize the defender for their height. But you'll have people shorter than Martinez, right, say he's not tall enough to be a defender. Which is just really funny to me, because it is like self-deprecating slander here. Another £1 from Dean. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate you. I really do. Apparently he got booed yesterday by the fans. They don't like him being the captain. We need a captain since Ronaldo will leave. I don't respect Ronaldo for that, you know. And I know United fans will give him a pass because of how bad you were last year. But, you know, where's the fight? Where's the passion? Where's the drive to push your to push your team? Like, I would say Ronaldo's team is United. Where is that fight to get them back to, you know, where you want to be? I feel like he's shied away from it. Another £1 from Dean. Thank you. That's £5 in total now, Dean. Thank you very much, mate. I see you playing your rivals. Shut up. About his height, yeah, Cannavaro, Puyol, Baresi wasn't tall as well. Exactly. Right. Bobby Moore, right? England's arguably best ever defender. Right, he played for West Ham almost his whole career. He was incredible, right? He was 5'10". He was 5'10", bro. You don't have to be like 6'5" in order to be a centre back. We're watching it on His Goal, Christopher. Thanks for another £2 from Dean. I appreciate that. Yeah, British Brick saying Dean is flashing the cash. Thank you very much, Dean. That's £7. Honestly, you are amazing. And you keep saying you want to make Villa content. I want to see it, bro. I want to see it. Corner for Villa. Carlos tries to head it towards goal. Another £1 from Dean. As Musk says, big up Dean. There's £8 in total. Thank you, mate. 41 minutes on the clock. Villa 0, Brisbane Roar 0. To not be mistaken, I don't think we have. We've seen a shot on target for the whole game. Genuinely, I think neither Villa or Brisbane have hit the target yet. Clowns of my work have the Villa game on flat screen. Watching live on Premier Sports. Hey, nice. Peter Crouch, a defender to prove height elitist wrong. Thanks for another £1 from Dean. I appreciate it. Yeah, it does. If your work colleagues want to fall asleep, yeah, make sure they watch the game. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's been so bad. It's been so bad. I know it's a friendly. I know it doesn't matter. But it has been so bad. Yeah, Christopher, watching on His Goal. Just type in His Goal, Aston Villa. You'll find the game. Another £1 from Dean. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. 4, 5, 6. Hang on, I'm just counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that is £10 from Dean. I really do appreciate it, mate. Whatever your next donation is, Dean, I'll times by 20. Big balls on the goal line. I doubt that. Is this a competitive game, or does it look like they're experimenting? Not competitive in any way. Oh, chance of Villa though. Danny Ings! Oh, it's at the post! Danny Ings has missed. That was the biggest chance we've had by a mile today. Ings one-on-one with the goalkeeper, tries to chip him, and it's hit the bar. Oh my god. Well, that has been by far the best chance we've had today. And Danny Ings has clipped the outside of the post. He's gone for the clever little chip, and to be fair, the keeper's got a little glove on it. But it has hit the post. Hang on. Is that... I know that's at least a minimum £1 from Dean there. I'm just counting. Did I miss a donation accidentally? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Thank you. £2 from Dean. Another shot from distance. Maybe a rebound. Carlos! Oh, it's cleared off the goal line. And there could have been an own goal there as well, as the ball came into the middle of the box here. Ricochet upon ricochet. Brisbane Roar nearly scored an own goal. Diego Carlos put the ball across the goal line. It just doesn't go into the back of the Brisbane net for one reason or another. How they've got away with that, I don't know. It nearly ricocheted off a Brisbane player into the back of his own net. That was so close. So close. It was a long shot that was spilt by the goalkeeper. Carlos took it round the goalkeeper, put it into the box. Chambers couldn't tap the ball in. And it was just a pinball in there. It was cleared from one Brisbane player into another, which took it towards the goal line. It could have been an own goal. It's, honestly, what a mess that would have been. Up the Royal class defending. Villa playing poor. Ings hitting the post. The goal line stay. What's new? Villa spent a whole season doing that. We did. Do you think Villa will win? We should do. I think there'll be huge questions if we don't, really. Villa will win, but a sweaty 1-0. I did say about 20 minutes ago, it has been, very even. Neither side have hit the target, and Brisbane looks slightly more likely. I will say we finally have hit the target now, but we should have scored it. And we've marginally been the better team, but it has been so bad. A Prem team has lost to an A-League team. That's shocking. It's so boring. It's a bedtime story. 100%. Cross into the middle. And I'm sorry, but there's been so many mishits and slips today. And Cash has done both of them. Is Bailey for Villa? Kind of surrounded here. He has to go backwards. Chambers. Kamara. Brisbane defending very deep right now. They have been all game. Good ball from Coutinho. Bailey cross in. Just about defended by Brisbane. That was good defending, to be fair. And they get a free kick as well for a foul just outside the box. We don't have much time left until half-time here. Villa 0, Brisbane Roar 0. New Zealand A-League team. Better than Aussie teams. Why? Okay, I gotta ask, right? For anyone who either lives in Australia or at least knows more about Australian football, why is the standard poor over there? Like, they have surely the infrastructure to build a competitive league, but they never have, right? Or at least a competitive, respected league, but they never have. They can produce talent. We've seen that in Tim Cahill, right? We've seen it in Chris Wood. Is he? He is Australian, right? Yeah, Chris Wood. Like, we've seen it. So why is it just not a respected league? Like, Australia is an amazing country, right? I just don't get it. Your Kiwi standard is poor literally because it costs parents like $200. Wait, why is this how much? Why? Oh, sorry, Chris Woods from New Zealand. I apologise. Yeah, I didn't mean to offend anyone in chat there. I'm sorry. Why is it that much money though? Is there a reason for that? By the way, are other sports pushed ahead of football? There is like cricket, like the #1 priority over there. Like, other than the money, what else is it? Because like it has to be more than that, surely. Villa, I say Villa. Dean, sorry, says Villa just a weird club. Keep telling you, win some, and then we just lose the unexpected. It's literally the Villa way. It hasn't changed since O'Neill left. To be fair, as much as I've complained and I've output my negative energy about Villa so far, we haven't conceded a goal. To be quite fair. How you doing, Isabel, as well? What's up? Rugby league is number one. Yeah, I was gonna say, but you know, you could look at that with Wales as well, right? Wales care way more about rugby, but at least they have built a respected Welsh football team. Right, internationally they do well. Euro 2016, they got to the semi-final. Like, you can complain about Australia and their footballing infrastructure, but they don't even do well on an international scale. I think it's kind of sad, really. We're back. How's the game? Crap. I'm trying to paint it in a good light. Danny Ings had a one-on-one. He chipped the keeper and he spilled it onto the post. But yeah, very, very poor. Very little has happened. Brisbane have had a couple of chances they put over and wide. Neither keeper has had anything to do. The Brisbane keeper just tipped the ball onto the post at the very end of the game. That was it. We've done nothing. Cash has slipped over while crossing the ball. He has slipped over shooting the ball. He has. There's just been a lot of individual mistakes where the ball has just seemed to get under the player's foot, or however you want to explain it. It's just been very weird and off. AJ, it's nice to see you not dying this stream. I'm finally recovering. It's been a horrible week of being ill, and I'm on the very end stage of this now. The heat has just prolonged, or at least doubled how I felt. This flu, cold, whatever you want to call it, has been horrible. Whatever you felt during this horrific heat wave that went on yesterday, and it's still quite warm even now. Yeah, I felt it tenfold because I was ill. Socceroos are decent, to be fair. They're normally one of the better teams in AFC. Fair enough. Why do Australians call it soccer? I gotta ask that. Right? Americans get ripped to pieces about it. And then I find out that people from South Africa, as well as Australians, say soccer, and it hurts me. Although I have heard you have your very own American football with like Australian rules, which probably is the reason for why you call it soccer, if I was to guess, but I could be wrong. New Zealand, we only care about rugby. Man, to be fair, you're good at rugby, so I mean both Australia and New Zealand are good at rugby. Australia are good at cricket, so I get why other sports are pushed. Read that. Kieran signed some players. Hawke's Bay sounds lovely, I gotta say. It sounds like a very exotic place. Quite scared we'll follow Everton, get sponsored by Steak. Like, if they pay money, they pay money. Like, as long as they don't really... I don't like the sponsor, I'd rather not. But if they pay a lot of money, whatever. Like, it keeps the lights on at Villa Park. Allows us to buy players. If they paid a stupid amount of money, who cares? A-League has been great for 10 years, but it takes longer to build culture and push talent. Yeah, it's not, tomorrow it's going to be done. Rome wasn't built in a day. I'll get that. And having this, having teams like Villa and Leeds go to Australia, I think it's good, right? It pushes people who are maybe ignorant Premier League fans, who probably never even heard of Brisbane Roar. Be like, oh, what's that team? I'll look them up. I'll have I'll keep my eyes on them this season or whatever. Like, last year we played Minnesota in America, and I know some people have kept eyes on them as well. I think it's nice going to different countries so they can experience Villa, because maybe people in Australia don't know about Villa, or because you'll get people who won't know about football, but will know Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea, maybe even City now, which makes me feel sick. So like the more casual football fan maybe lives in Brisbane, be like, oh, Villa, I've not heard of that, and there you go. Hawke's Bay, absolutely top tier wine. Love to try some wine. Absolutely love that. Wine, beaches, fresh fruit. Oh, bro, don't make me jealous. Where are Villa finishing this year? I'd love to tell you like top 7. I'd love to tell you that we are gonna be there, but we won't. To be honest, I think 10th, and that is being nice. I think we have a lot of things to improve, and Villa fans right now are being... Oh, I need to knock my monitor over. Villa fans right now are being overly positive. We need to improve our attack. Our attack was one of the our biggest disappointments last season, and we have not strengthened there at all. At all. And that worries the hell out of me. So I think 10th. And that's nice. That's nice on Villa. We've finished 11th and 14th. And it would be our highest finish since we got back into the Premier League. But a team like ours really should do better than that. At least our defence and our midfield, it's just our attack is terrible. Villa won't finish 6th this year. And if we do, then I'll take back everything I'll say, and I'll say I'm an absolute clown. And I'll call myself out for it. But I don't think we'll do that well this year. Or at least compared to maybe... I say not well because like maybe a lot of teams would take 10th. Maybe Everton would take 10th. Who knows? But I think we should be aiming a little bit higher. And we spent a lot of money. But I don't think the money we spent will result in higher place positions personally. Good bet for PSG first half. Yep, they are playing Kawasaki in the Japanese league. They should slap them to pieces, to be honest. Yeah, we love Prem teams. There's a lot of Prem fans in Australia and New Zealand. They slag off local teams. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. The problem that a lot of teams internationally face. I know India has a massive like Premier League following, right? And anyone who doesn't support a Prem team over there, I've heard many incidences and cases where it's like it's even like ridiculed. It's like, oh, you're not a United fan, or why are you watching them play? Like just like who cares about them? It's vile. It's absolutely vile, and it's very similar to our grassroots level. A lot of people have little to no respect for teams in non-league English football, and we've had teams like big teams go down there. At least I'd call it like a big English side. Like Stockport County have just got promoted back into the Football League, right? They used to be a massive team. They used to be like Man City rivals. They'd been in non-league for like 12 years and they got disrespected. Wrexham, who are owned by Ryan Reynolds, are in non-league. Chesterfield have been there. They've had a lot of teams from established Football League sides go there. I think half the league right now of like the National League, the highest level of non-league, half of them are like former Football League teams. And of course about local. I've gone less these days. But when I was like 15, 16, I used to go to my local non-league team a lot. I think, it's good to support teams like that. They don't get a lot of money. The funding for non-league teams is terrible. That's why when COVID hit, a lot went into serious financial troubles that are still being sorted out. My local team is Tamworth FC. There's not a single person here who's ever heard of that team, and I'm happy with that. It's whatever. I've enjoyed watching games there sometimes. It's nice. Sometimes. Scunthorpe gone down too. Oldham, exactly. Oldham and Scunthorpe both are established Football League teams who've gone down, and they'll be disrespected like mad. What was that due to Bailey missing a majority of the season? He just injured again. Like every time he'd come back, he'd have an injury setback, and then another one, and then another one. He got injured scoring against Everton. He pulled a muscle in his leg, scoring a goal against Everton. I've never heard of a player have a long-term injury from scoring a goal. That just sums up Villa, to be quite honest. So I've missed some comments, so I'm just reading up here. United win the league. Oh, that is a huge claim. Tottenham second, City third. Huh? Arsenal. Wait, fifth Arsenal, sixth Villa. No, Jack. That is the most. How do I even explain that? Controversial. Tottenham doing well. I think it's a good shout. Second is high though. I think Spurs will get third, not second. To be fair, it is Tottenham. We got to remember it's Tottenham. Travis says, I think we need an out-and-out striker. As personal, I don't really rate Watkins as a striker, but more of a centre forward. Ings hasn't hit the ground running. Why don't we just play Cameron Archer? Why don't we just play him? Right? He's had a great season at Preston last year. He scored 7 goals for us in the cup. Like, give him the time now. I don't get why we're not doing this. He'll probably go out on loan, which is baffling to me. But, you know, we could look out and spend 20 million on a striker. But we have Archer right here. We literally have someone who I think is very quality right here. And if it doesn't work out and he doesn't play well, fine. Send him out on loan. Maybe he needs to have some time to develop. Whatever. At least try. At the very least try. Give him the chance. Because I'm telling you right now, he will do well. I am telling you. He has everything to his game. He has pace. He has power. He has intelligence. He can score his left foot, his right foot, his head. He scored a top corner header against Chelsea, a full-strength Chelsea team in the Carabao Cup last year. He will do well, I promise you. Scunthorpe gone down, no, I read that. My problem in New Zealand is that everyone supports top 6 teams or Barca, Real Madrid, PSG. No one supports a proper club of real fans. Yep, plastic teams, mate. Plastic teams. I've heard, you know, there's a Villa, like a fairly big Villa fan group in New York in America, and I like to see that. I like to see teams get represented in different countries that, you know, not necessarily winning trophies, or at least not at the top level, because it is usually just the big 6. You go watch in person, top 2 New Zealand teams, a passion legendary in the cup. I love that. I absolutely love to see that, mate. I really do. Suraj says, what do you think the scores will be after full time? Well, I said that we should win this game 4-0, and that is not happening. So at very most 1-0 now. I think we'll get a goal. We'll make a lot of changes, and that'll be it. Maybe we'll get a goal and they'll crumble and the floodgates will open. We'll hit them for goals. That'll be the end of it. I doubt it. Is history of Villa? Oh God. Don't talk about Villa in history, man. It's getting to a point where I'm starting to become sick of talking about old trophies that we've won. And I know that in the past we were a very prestigious football team that won a lot of trophies in the 90s, in the 80s. But man, come on. I'm 22 years of age, right? I am 22 years old. I've never seen my team win a trophy. That shouldn't happen, I think. For a team like Villa, we have been managed horrendously. I do think that. And Doug Ellis, years ago, made mistakes. And we had such a strong team in the 90s. Dwight York, man. Dwight York was a phenomenal player. And obviously he wanted to move on to bigger, better things. But we had such an unbelievable team. And we let it go to waste. And that hurts me. Because we've not won a trophy since 1996. And that shouldn't happen. And I'm tired. I'm sick to death of talking about trophies that we won 30 years ago. Right, we're not... Look, we're a big club. But that is fading. That is fading. And if we haven't won a trophy... if we don't win a trophy in the next 10 years... We're not a big club anymore. I'm standing by that. Because you cannot rely on a Champions League from 1982 to carry you all this way. You cannot rely on a League Cup in 1996 to make you relevant. It doesn't work that way. We need something, and we need it now. I miss Liverpool. I'm a proud United fan, proud local fan though too. I wish the largest city club, the Brummies, were in the Prem. Second City derby is fun. It is fun. And that's why I don't get when people say things like, oh, I want Birmingham to go out of business. I don't. The rivalry goes. So, again, I'm going to mention it because, you know, we do have Everton people in chat. I did not understand why Liverpool fans were so gassed at the possibility of Everton going down. Everton go down, the derby's dead. Right? It could take years for Everton to come back. I don't think Burnley will be back anytime soon. If Everton were to go down, the derby dies, right? Or at least, like, you might not see it for years. Villa Blues, right? The derby just went. It just went. We didn't play them for like 5 years. And we played them, thankfully, in the Cup. Ironically, the year we got relegated, our worst year, right, in football, in my lifetime, we still beat Birmingham City. We beat them. We knocked them out the cup in our worst, with our worst team in our worst year. We still beat Blues, and I absolutely love to say that. My mates used to make jokes that I supported Villa in the Championship. Oh, bro, don't. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Scumbags. Bro, I don't care if Villa in League 2, I'll still be. Villa history is referenced in Peaky Blinders, I think. Probably, yeah. I've only seen a few episodes of Peaky Blinders. That is, yeah, so I need to watch. That, and I'm breaking down shows now. Like, I got Breaking Bad I need to watch. I've been recently watching The Boys. Look, there's a lot of shows I need to see, man. Villa are much bigger than Everton. You know what? Even as a Villa fan, I don't really agree with that. Everton are a big team as well. Everton and Villa. See, I like Everton because they remind me of Villa. It's a team that right now are doing nothing, but won a lot of trophies years ago. It's almost identical. The only difference I'd say with Villa and Everton, we've won a Champions League. Right, but we shouldn't try and carry ourselves off that and just keep going and say, oh yeah, we won it. It was 40 years ago. It was 40 years ago. Villa used to have so much transfer money. York is a top 20 all the time. We literally made Dwight York. Dwight York was a nobody before Villa, and then he disrespected us when he left. But I'm not going to go into that. York was class. He was. It's a shame he's just a horrible human being. York was a striker for Villa, yeah. We have actually made changes, and I'm just going to update my lineup for you guys. We are just about to kick off for the second half. Archer's on the field, by the way, guys. That's all I've seen so far. Well, that is what I want to see. I think we've made a lot of changes that Villa have just not posted it yet. But when they do, I will update my lineup. But Villa right now have not posted it. Villa is 7th or 8th biggest club in the EPL. Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah. I think there's an argument for 6th big. I think, you know what? Another team that has inflated success is Tottenham. Why are Tottenham are only considered Big Six, right? Because of the money they have and the players they have. Tottenham, like Villa and like Everton, do not win trophies. So why are they considered Big Six? Can someone tell me that? Tottenham and Villa are identical in many ways. It's been a long time since they won a trophy. And their trophy was also a League Cup. Spurs haven't won the league since like the 60s. They are, well, renowned bottlers. But yeah. Martinez will be the only one staying on. Oh, is it 10 changes, Ace? I'll update that. I am seeing, well, yeah, a lot of different players on the field right now. We did this against Leeds as well. Yeah, Emi Buendia for Villa. So I'm seeing already Buendia, Ramsey, Tyrone Mings, Archer. Yeah, a lot of players have come on. Douglas Luiz, I think. Did I say Luiz? Yeah. Not a great first half. If I'm gonna be honest, I think I said that earlier, but yeah, it's not been amazing. Gustinson as well, by the way, is playing his first game since he signed on loan. Loan with an option to buy is very nice to have, because if he doesn't do well, then oh well, he goes back. A lot of Londoners actually support Tottenham. Support Tottenham. If you're from Tottenham, support your local. I just don't get why they're considered Big Six. That's all. Chelsea seems to be the most plastic London club. Yep, you've hit the nail on the head. A lot of things you said, to be fair, I agree with. Jack, I think you got a good head on you. Keeper spilt it here. Oh, Villa very nearly got a goal out of nothing. Ball came into the middle, and Freck he's been a bit dodgy this game. I got to say, he spilt a couple of long shots. He spilt across there, and we really should have capitalised. Still goalless. Isn't Olsen coming on? So no keeper has been taken off. Sinosalo played the full 90 against Warsaw. Olsen played the full 90 against Leeds, and I presume Emi Martinez is going to play the full 90 today. Jack without Roman, they are irrelevant. I'd love to say I agree, but I don't. They have been bought for what, £4 billion. Bowley will invest heavily. They've already, spent money on players. They've got Koulibaly. They are building. They are building. My thing I'll criticise Chelsea for is they basically spent 90 million on a loan for Lukaku, and that was a disaster. Absolute disaster. Oh man, I thought, like Newcastle have signed some good players. I thought they would go more insane though and get even more players. Chance of Villa again. Shots deflected. Arch has just put one wide. Oh, Villa very nearly scored here. It's deflected wide of the post. And if Archer scores that, then literally that's my point made. I don't even have to say anything. Archer nearly scored. Oh, it's a great block. That's going in. The block literally takes that past the post. That would have been 1-0 to Villa. It's brilliant defending. I'll give him that. Absolutely brilliant defending. Guys, we have 53 people in the live stream. If you haven't liked the video, please do. And please subscribe to the channel if you're new. Well, I do Villa content, football content, and I enjoy every second of it. And I try and be as unbiased as I can, to be fair. And a lot of people who watch my streams who are not Villa fans, because a lot of people here who are not Villa fans, who are in my stream, are here because in the past, or right now, I'm talking about a team they support. And they always say I'm not biased. I try not to be. A lot of people are so fake in football, I think. Just in everything in general. And I try and give you guys the truth, really. They just put Sterling. Koulibaly's 31. They're getting Koundé, Kimpembe. I mean, well, if they're going to keep with the 5-back, they're going to need defenders. So I get that. Sterling. I think Sterling will do well at Chelsea. I think Sterling is a very good player. I think he's one of the best actually for positioning, and no one really gives him that credit. Everyone says, "Oh, Sterling's a tap-in merchant," but in order to be a tap-in merchant, you need to be in the right place at the right time, and he always is. He always is. Speaking of Wood, I wish Villa bought Chris. His hold-up play is brilliant. His finishing there at Newcastle has been terrible, from what I have seen, and maybe that you could argue he hasn't had the the right service, but he's just not done that well at Newcastle for the money they've spent. Which again, it's just me being honest. Like, if he ripped it up over there, I'd be saying it. Players that have gone there and done well. His name escapes me. Target, to be fair, not the one I was going to talk about, but Matt Target has gone there and done well, which I was surprised to see. Dan Burn, another good defender over there. He's been consistent. Oh, who's that other player that they bought? I can't think of his name. Yeah, Chris Wood didn't do much at Newcastle. Yeah, I didn't really see the point. They signed Wood from Burnley. Burnley replaced him with Weghorst, and both Weghorst and Wood did terrible. Chance of Villa, cross on the byline is cleared, and Villa get a corner. I gotta say, I'm so worried, man. Going into the start of the season, I'm so worried. Like, we just look so. I keep saying this. I feel like I'm a repeating record here. Villa looks so toothless. I am terrified for the start of this season. Absolutely terrified. Ings looks off it. Watkins looks off it. We're not creating chances. Ramsey's just had a shot get deflected away. We are relying on individual quality here. I'm going to double check the Villa Twitter just to see if there's any changes. Okay, yeah, there we go. It is a full... Someone said it earlier. It's a full team change by Emi Martinez. I got it right. So I'm just going to update my overlay for you guys. Just give me a second. There we go. I'm just going to save that and replace properties. There we go. I'll just resize it. Perfect. That's that team for the second half. Just go through the changes. Martinez has still stayed, but we have Kessler, Kantzer, Mings, and Augustinson in defence. Louise and Rogue Bunham, Ramsey. Louise and Rogue Bunham are the two CDMs. Ramsey, Buendia, and wait, actually, are we doing a 4-4-2? I think we're going 4-4-2, boys. Louise, Rogue Bunham, Ramsey, Buendia. That's Ramsey on the left, Buendia on the right, Rogue Bunham, and Louise in the middle. Archer, Watkins up front. That's 4-4-2, which is actually different because we've been playing a 4-2-3-1 for the first half. So that's interesting that we're considering other options, unless the only thing I could possibly think of is if Watkins is out wide, which he might be. So we're gonna see that. He didn't get injured like straight away, to be fair. Trippier's been inconsistent. Bruno, good. Oh yeah, that was it. Bruno. They bought the best Bruno in the league. The hijack them of Arsenal. He scored against them though as well. Arsenal, by the way, I've had so many players they've go for other teams. 3 players that Arsenal fans wanted eventually signed for Tottenham, which I think is quite funny. Should have bought Rafinha. They're getting Lucas Paqueta from Lyon. Oh, I mean, that's a signing. That's a signing. Very good at attacking, defensively. He's got a lot to his game, Paqueta. Very underrated player. Very underrated. Speaking of, I made a Bruno joke, but I think Bruno Fernandes is going to have to do something crazy this season because he's already starting to be criticised for just, well, all of last year, really. It started with the penalty miss against Villa. Then he had a drought of just not doing anything. You look at the hammerings to Liverpool, to City. In those games, Fernandes doesn't do much. Chance for Archer! Did he put that over or did it deflect over? It's a goal. Is it a goal kick? Yeah, it's a goal kick. Raw winning is better for regional prestige. Would raise profile coaches, so I suppose I want the Raw to win. Fair enough. I get that. I understand that fully. And you know what? I wouldn't even back Villa right now, to be honest. We're having a couple like half chances here, but nothing crazy. Nothing crazy at all. Archer though, remember the name. If you're not a Villa fan, remember the name. I'm telling you. Well, even if it's not in a Villa shirt, right? Even in like 3-4 years, if he signs for another team, he will be a big player. He will 100% be a big player. Without Ronaldo, Bruno plays well. With Ronaldo, he had an awful season. Oh, that's so weird. I wonder why. It's weird how, some of the best players in football just don't synergise with others. It's so funny, man. Archer will be good. Soon sign him on Footy Manager. He honestly is so talented. One of the best academy players I've seen. And he just doesn't get a shout. Thoughts on Chukwuemeka? So apparently it's been leaked that Carney Chukwuemeka wants 100,000 a week. And a lot of teams have been sniffing around him, Barcelona included. PSG now been linked. Let him go, I don't care. Without being rude, I've seen him play a few times. He's all right, but it's nothing to shout on about. We've got a lot of players in our academy, right? Players similar to Chukwuemeka, like Philogene Bidace, who went on loan to Stoke. I've already said I think Archer is a phenomenal talent. Aaron Ramsey, Jacob Ramsey's younger brother, another phenomenal talent. Chukwuemeka wouldn't be that much of a miss, and it's just not worth paying 100,000 for. If he's going to disrespect Villa now, what is he going to be like? Say he plays well for Villa, and then gets like a sniff of another team, he'll 100% leave. 100% leave. I'm already getting red flag upon red flag with this man. I'm sorry, but I am not that bothered if Chukwuemeka goes. If we got money for him, cool. I'm just not bothered in the slightest. If he's going to disrespect Villa now, he will do it again. Right? I'd rather not go through that again, to be quite honest. So let him go. We've got better players. 100k is a lot, by the way, for someone like that. He's barely played. 100k. This man has a ridiculous agent. Chance for Villa. Archer on the byline. Pulls it back into the middle. Augustinson can't sort his feet out, gives it back to Archer, and Villa forced back out wide again. That was a bigger chance. That we should have rushed it a little bit more. Cancer trying to get the ball into the box. Louise, it's cleared again. I gotta say, the Raw have defended brilliantly this game. They've definitely been more on the defensive side, but gotta give them credit where it's due. They have defended very well. Villa do get a free kick with a foul on Buendia. Villa, Brighton, Brentford, amazing scouting. We have scouted good players. I think Kamara, by the way, is a very underrated signing. Like, you know, Villa fans are already seeing how good he is. I think, you know, teams who need holding midfielders, they're gonna question why on earth did you let Villa get him, to be honest. Ramsey should go to Qatar over James Ward-Prowse. Set piece merchant. In fact, set piece is average. Look, whether I agree with that or not, having someone that good on set pieces is just another threat of its own. We could play Grealish. He would win. Like, we already know how many set pieces Grealish wins, right? We could play Grealish. He can get fouled all over the place. And then we have James Ward-Prowse to take free kicks. I just think it's a no-brainer. Like, yes, I think maybe his defending could improve. Maybe the reason why he doesn't look as good sometimes is because the team he plays for rather than his actual ability. I would rather take a gamble because having a dangerous set-piece player is so important when set pieces are a part of England's game. We play 5 defenders, right? We basically play for set pieces sometimes. I think he suits that. He would suit that down to the ground, to be honest. I think it would work. Aussie defenders are great. Defenders New Zealand and Oz are our best players. This is the only way England beats Brazil. I think I don't like the fact that we play a 5-back. I don't like how defensive we are. But if we're going to play that way, at least play to the strengths of that, which is winning set pieces, getting your players forward, and having someone like James Ward-Prowse take them. Whether he's shooting them, whether he's crossing them. His corners are good. This man is a literal you call him a set-piece merchant, which he kind of is. But he's good at them. You cannot argue that. He's very good at them. He's nearly scored as many free kicks as Beckham in his career. Like, that's insane. That's an insane stat. Like, having someone like that, I don't know. Even if we have him on the bench and we bring him on, I think there is something there, personally. You not got girlish? Shush. What are you on about? I'm on about for England, mate. Not for Villa. That is the conversation. And he technically should be playing. He probably will be playing because Southgate loves Grealish now for some reason. Grealish is our best winger, and Arsenal fans say Saka is the best winger. Sterling and Kane played a massive part of the Euros. I like Saka. I think he's up there. I like how, you know, he's mentally strong for someone that young. He has brushed off a lot, and he's done very well. I gotta give him that. Just came back as it's still 0-0. We're poor. We're a poor side. We've played poorly, and we should hopefully get criticism for this. James Ward-Prowse very good. Wish he left Southampton. Well, oh, there is actually going to be change. Emi Martinez is coming off. I was going to say I thought the goalkeepers would stay the full game. Emi's got 60 minutes. Olsen's going to have the last 30. I respect Ward-Prowse because he's staying at Southampton. Yes, he can leave for his career, but I look at it like every other incident of a great player. You know, look at Zaha at Palace. A player like that, staying at a team like Palace is good. It makes them competitive. Maybe they can have a good season. It keeps them, well, he's loyal, and it keeps Southampton in the mind. You think, oh, could they do well? Could he be the catalyst for them to do well this season? And I rate that. Yes, I think he could have an incredible career elsewhere, obviously. But I rate how loyal he is. I do. I don't rate Hasenhüttl. I don't rate Southampton as a team. I hate the 4-4-2 they play. And I think they will never, ever push into like around the top 8, if they keep this 4-4-2. I'm sorry, but it won't happen. It won't happen. And they've tried to branch out a little bit, and they've played different things here and there, but they like to play a 4-4-2, and it just doesn't work. It's not the 80s anymore. Loyalty is good, but he could make so much bank. Syria. Well, proud Syria. English players don't really go abroad. I'd like to see that more. I look. Some of you guys might think I'm funny for saying this. Having your players play abroad gives you an advantage, right? Trippier, when he was playing in La Liga, would provide information on Spanish teams as well as players from Spain. You know, there's a lot of players from Argentina there. He can provide insight on how these teams play. Look at the teams who do well, right? Who've historically done well. Brazil, biggest example. Brazil's quality, not much of it is actually in Brazil. It's elsewhere. It's throughout Europe. And it's all their minds put together with a top level coach, right? And they'll say, well, this is how Inter play. This is how, like, Chelsea plays. You know, there's different examples. They'll always look at different bits of football across Europe. England don't really have that because all our players play in England, or at least I'd say 98% of them do. We've had like Sancho play for Dortmund. Bellingham right now is playing for Dortmund. Bloody hell, Villa nearly scored a fluke there. There's a corner. I'll go into that in a second. But like Bellingham right now apparently might go to Liverpool. So like we're literally taking all our talent from Europe and putting it in England. Loyalties. Oh wait, no, I read that before. True scouting from the inside. Tammy is at Roma. Yeah, that's what I mean by the 98%. He's someone who hasn't really even featured in England, the England squad recently. But yeah, he plays in Serie A. But there's so little of any other player. Oh my god, man! The last minute, we've had a cross come in, which the keeper just got a touch to. The ball took a slight deflection, and then from a corner, Ramsey's had a deflected shot, rebound off 2 Raw players, and go into the hands of the goalkeeper. That could have gone anywhere. Sancho went to Dortmund. Well, Sancho right now at United, and like I said, he was at Dortmund, but we bought him. Well, you know, an English team bought him. And Bellingham will leave Dortmund and go to like a Liverpool, and that'll be another player that we don't have abroad anymore. I want to see it. Look, there was rumours like 2 years ago that Kane was wanted by Real Madrid, and I thought it was going to be like the perfect thing. You know, one of England's best players having help abroad. Gary Lineker played for Barcelona, right? Yeah, I'm telling you, it helps them play. It helps them get an understanding of certain players, of certain styles of play. Bellingham will go to City. Bernardo Silva will go to Barca. His family doesn't like the climate in England, wants to live in Spain. Yeah, a lot of people from hot countries just don't like it here. Although, I tell you, they would have felt at home, though, recently, with the bloody 40-degree heat that we had. Yeah. Absolute bad. Cross from Augustinson down the left, deflected. Oh, the stream has... It went for a second there. It's just come back. I think that was a problem on Villa TV's end. Oh, mistake from Mings. Chance of Raw. Oh, brilliant defending from Mings, to be fair. That is just pure strength. He's just brushed off his man like he was nothing. He made the mistake there, Mings, but he recovered. Give him that. Imagine if Vardy went abroad early in his career, could have reached Prem earlier. He did start a non-league, and non-league is difficult to go abroad. Another thing as well, I think the main reason why players don't like going... I mean, not good players don't like going abroad. I meant like the teams abroad don't like buying Villa players. Is because of English tax. By the way, I've just seen Charlie Austin. I had no idea he played for Brisbane Roar. Oh dear, Conser has just put the ball over the stand. Dear Lord. We have 22 minutes to go here. It is still goalless. And Charlie Austin, former QPR, Burnley man, and Southampton striker, is coming on for Brisbane. I can't believe Aston plays for Brisbane. I had no idea. I had no idea. Pep didn't give Sancho a chance. Sold him to Dortmund. Dortmund improved him. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So Sancho played for City, right? He developed his game in Germany. That can happen with other players. Oh, man. And it would finally, like, develop... the only English talent we develop is in... any English talent we have is in the Premier League. Having players go abroad would help that. Did say we have legal quality. Fair enough, mate. I tell you what, fair play to Brisbane signing a player like Austin. I think that's that's a big signing. That's a big signing having him there. I'm gonna have a look actually how long he's been there for. I feel like a moron now, because I genuinely had no idea, and I do a bit of research here and there, but I didn't see Austin in the lineup. Oh, he signed there this year. Okay. I'll give myself a little bit of leeway. He signed on the 27th of June. Oh, that's fine then. He's only been there a month. Fine. It's fine that I didn't know. He's barely been there. Gary Hooper just finished at Wellington. No, I knew about that. And I've known that Usain Bolt a couple of years ago. Did he play for Melbourne? I forgot. Oh yeah, I gotta have an opinion on that. What was the overall opinion on Usain Bolt in the Australian League? Because that was wild. I think it was Melbourne victory, right? I might have got that wrong as well. To be fair, I'll again just give me a sec. Football. Sorry, it was Central Coast Mariners. It was the Central Coast Mariners. That was it. Bolt was kind of bad. Yeah, obviously he's not a footballer. Like, I looked at it as more disrespect to the A-League. That someone who's not a footballer got in that league. I thought it was disrespectful to, people in Australia who'd been learning to play football their whole life, and then this runner got in for nothing. Chance of Villa. Archer just puts it wide on the cutback. Oh dear. Good run from Villa. Should have led to a goal, really. But yeah, back to my point. Usain Bolt never should have got in any league, really. Come on. It was a popularity signing. You've got that right. But like it gets eyes on the A-League, but at the same time it's disrespectful. It's like, I look at it as like a celebrity, like Jack Black signing for a team there. So yeah, he's gonna get you eyes there, but he shouldn't be there. I look at it the same. It's the same thing for me. Like, the only thing is, Usain Bolt is an athlete, but he's not a footballer. He's played bloody soccer a few times, but he's not a footballer. He's got pace. Is it? I don't know. I personally wasn't a fan of it, but if people enjoyed it, maybe the team he played for, if their fans enjoyed it, whatever. But I wasn't a fan of it. I think it made a mockery of the sport. Free kick comes in for Brisbane. Just about goes out wide for a goal kick. It didn't take a touch. I thought it actually hit Alfred on the way. But it is a goal kick. Wait, is it a goal kick? Oh no, they're giving the corner now. Sorry, they didn't give the corner. It has been given. I was going to say, it looked like it hit a Villa player on the way through. Yeah, it does. It actually does hit a Villa player. Brisbane goes short from the corner, cross on the left. And Aston goes for a very speculative shot without even facing the goal, and he puts it over. That's why Archer needs it. Bro, it's one friendly in Australia, man. Come on. He's played 20 minutes. Right, bro, look at Austin. Look at a Charlie Austin shot. You're not going to say, you're not going to criticise Austin and say he's not a great player. Archer, he's put a couple chances wide. At least he's having a go. He's in the right place at the right time, right? It's more than what Watkins and Ings have done. I'd rather see a player constantly miss a target than someone who hasn't had a shot. Because at least you can say he's got in there. Right, he's not shied away. He's got in the right, he's got in the right place, right time, and he's tried to get involved, and he's nearly scored. I'd rather that by a mile ahead of someone who's just not had a shot. Royal trying. I will give them a lot of credit. I think they've played very well. No matter what the score will be from this point on, they can be very proud of this performance. They have absolutely embarrassed us today. I don't care it's a friendly. We should be absolutely embarrassed we can't beat this side. And they should get all the credit they deserve. But what will happen is rather than they get credit, we'll be ridiculed. And that is unfortunately the way it is. I've seen it when, teams even in like the FA Cup, whatever, they'll beat a higher up team. The criticism is louder than the support. If a team like I don't know, I say Warsaw, right? Say Warsaw knocked out Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. What would everyone be talking about? Everyone would be talking about how a fairly strong Palace side has been knocked out by Warsaw. And then there'll be a little highlight, a little footnote on, oh yeah, Warsaw done very well, and good luck for them next round. That's what people say. And maybe if they got far, a bit like Lincoln did a few years ago, maybe when they get a little bit further, they get more notoriety for what they do. But usually the criticism is louder than the support for the smaller team. Exactly. United, bro. On it, Jack. I've loved you for the whole stream, mate. I swear down. I've agreed with almost everything you said. That is the perfect example. I think actually, didn't they lose to Middlesbrough? They lost to Middlesbrough, right? It was Forest that lost to Arsenal. But in both cases, it was the big teams that are ridiculed. Middlesbrough beat Man United. Where was the criticism? At United, it was everywhere. Where was the praise for Middlesbrough? Non-existent. I didn't see virtually anyone talk about that. It was just people laughing at Elanga for missing the final penalty. Right, there's my ball knowledge. Elanga missed. I remember that. Elanga missed that penalty that knocked United out at Old Trafford. And everyone, for days, was saying United are poor, they've just lost to Middlesbrough at home. In the cup. And I must have seen 2 or 3 tweets, tops, talking about how good Middlesbrough were and how hard they made it for United and how well they played. Right? Yeah, Elanga, exactly. Elanga was slaughtered. Absolutely slaughtered online. People laughing at him. People would take any chance to ridicule a player. I like Elanga. I think Elanga, just like Archer, right? Elanga will be a phenomenal talent. I am telling you. When Villa played United, right, at Villa Park, we drew 2-2. United did bottle a 2-goal lead. Elanga was subbed off at 2-0. And he battered us. Archer 1-0. Archer has scored. And that goes to you, Dean, who says Archer's not good enough. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is why I said I'd rather a player miss several chances than someone who doesn't have a single one. Archer has scored to make it Aston Villa 1, Brisbane Roar 0. I've said it the whole stream. Archer needs to play for Aston Villa this season. He has done more in his little time on now than Watkins and Ings combined. Lovely finish, Archer. Right play. Again, I've said it. Right place, right time. Took the ball down brilliantly. The ball came in from Kessler. Took a deflection from Watkins, which would have made this even harder for Archer to take control of. And Archer took it in his stride. Rolls it away. Bottom left corner. 1-0 to Aston Villa. Come on, the boys. Come on, the boys. Brilliant goal. Absolutely brilliant goal. I didn't say I was live in Discord. Oh, oops. I forgot. By the way, guys, if you are... Hang on, I'll do the score first. There we go. If you are new to stream, hopefully this will work. In before it doesn't. and I'll just type in disc instead if either of those work. There we go. There it is. It's just a bit delayed. Guys, if you want to join my Discord, feel free to click that link. If you don't have a Discord account, you can make one. Discord can be a bit dead sometimes, but I do like talking to people in there. And if you want to talk about Villa, talk about anything really, just join the Discord and we can have a nice little chat. I also try and tell people I go live. I did forget today, but there we go. Tuchel's overrated. I agree. Archer breakthrough season coming. Oh, please. Please, Gerard. Please see the light. He has to play now. Dougie says get in, Archer. Dean, keep your Archer agenda running. But that's exactly what I mean. And Dean's quiet now. I love Dean, right? And he supports the channel really well. But he criticised Archer earlier, right? I would like to... I said it earlier, right? I would want to see a player at least have a go. And he put a few chances wide, and maybe he should have done better on a few opportunities. But he kept going and kept going. He's tenacious. And he finally scored. And I'd like to see a player keep going and not let their head drop. And keep getting in those positions, thinking they're going to score. And he finally did. And that's what I want to see. And I'm telling you right now, if Archer plays for Villa this season, he'll score goals. He'll do very well. And then suddenly all the teams will be sniffing around him. My internet went down just before the goal scored. It was Archer, mate. It was Archer, Steve. And I've been saying it the whole stream. I'm so happy and I'm so proud that he scored. What a signing for Lukaku. This game is 77 minutes in. I thought it just started. Oh, dear. Yeah, I should have put it in my Discord. I apologise for that. Archer needs to get a bit more first team time. Exactly. Chris Sene has come on for Villa with 10 minutes to go here. Villa 1, Brisbane Roar 0. And I still will say it, Brisbane Roar have embarrassed us a little bit today. They've played very well. They should be very proud of this. They kept very compact and very tight and defended us very well for a very long time. And it was just a bit of quality to produce the first goal. And it was a decent goal as well. Who is this guy? Who are you? Villa get another free kick just inside the Brisbane half. Yeah. Oh, Harry, you get wound up so easy, mate. You get wound up so easy, bro. Alright, so Dougie asked, do you think Archer could score 20 goals? That's 20 plus goals if we start regularly. No. I'm not that deluded. But he could easily get 10, I think. 10 is a shout. I think considering he scored 7 in like 4 games in the Cup last year, I think there's definitely a shout he could get that. 20 plus is mad because like not many players do that. So, yeah, Harry's rattled. Bro, you are bare rattled, my guy. Bare rattled. Rogue Bonham's done brilliantly there. Here's Buendia. Chance for Villa. Archer again for Villa. Deflected wide. I'm telling you, Archer is literally the only person right now who's giving me any confidence going forward. The Joshua, it was Cameron Archer to score. He was getting criticised by some people in my chat here before his goal, and I kept saying, look, I'd rather someone who misses chances. Archer put Villa 1-0 in front. Someone who has just been going and going and going today, and has not stopped despite having putting a few chances wide, having a few chances deflected wide. He kept going. Corner comes in. Conser heads over. It's a goal kick to Brisbane. A good corner, but poor header is what I'll say. If Archer plays well, some team will spend 50 million. Then we make 50 million. Whatever. I want him to stay, obviously, but then we make money. And you laugh at 50 million. You will look, Harry. You will remember this player's name. I am telling you. I am telling you. He's gonna be a filthy baller one day. I promise you right now. He scored against you. He scored against you in the Carabao Cup, bro. So hold that. Scored a header. Archer. Emi Buendia just couldn't get to the ball. Broja clear. Who? Imagine not even saying Gallagher. And you lost on Penso. We had a second team out. You had your full side. You brought on Lukaku to win the game, and it went to penalties. We had Marvellous Nakamba take a penalty. That's all I need to say. All I need to say. Archer's better than Harvey Vale. Harry. Wait, who's Harvey? Is he in the academy? Hang on, I need to look at this. Oh, it's Chelsea. He's 18-year-old. He plays for Chelsea under 20. I had no idea. How's Mings been? He made his usual Mings error. He slipped over, but he did recover well. But he always has to do it, doesn't he? He can never have a 100% game. Mings. Oh, Kessler's had his pocket picked here. There might be a chance of Brisbane. Oh, see, I think he should have been more direct there. He ended up going out wide instead, and the ball's just gone back into more neutral areas. I think if you're going to pick the pocket of a defender, go for it. He went behind Kessler, you might as well try. You're a goal down, 6 minutes to go, have a go. You know what? Archer has better finishing than Werner. And I'm not even going to hear anything of her. But Archer has better finishing than Werner. By a mile. By a mile. Archer is actually one of the most natural finishers I've seen, you know. Oh, could have been a dodgy back pass to the keeper. But to be fair, the Brisbane keeper came well off his line to intercept that ball. I'll give him credit. Is Archer again kind of on his own? He's got Watkins just with him. Still Archer on his left foot. Archer! Just over. Skip past 2 or 3 Brisbane players. Got on his weaker left boot. Went for goal. Just put it over. Gotta say, brilliantly positioned as well. Running at Brisbane. Going one way, then the other. Getting on his left foot. I think he could have tried to slip Watkins through, but he'd rather go alone. Went for power his left foot and put it over at the near post. Werner would have scored that? Okay. The Raw helped save Wellington, so 1-0 still make me happy. Look, I've said this. I think Brisbane should be very proud of this. Very proud of this. Archer is a bit selfish. I agree. But still, I like that he wants to score goals. I like that. I would rather someone do that than someone, you know, get into those type of positions and always look for a pass. I like to see the confidence to have a go. In his mind, he was like, I'll take on this player, go with my left and smash it in at the near post. I like that. But exactly. Best strikers are selfish. Luis for Villa pulls it back, and the pullback is literally not even anywhere near a Villa player. Not even close. Terrible from Luis. As if Werner couldn't score from 6 yards. Werner couldn't score from underneath the crossbar. If you guys can remember that. Relying on overrated UCL win. Imagine your UCL win was against City, who always bowl. Fraudulent final, if you ask me. Can finish more than they miss. Tears are actually immense. Werner's championship. I agree with that. Pookie's way better than Werner. Alright. I don't want... See, what's going to happen here? Harry's going to say that he's rattled you all. Right? That's what's going to happen right now. For goodness sake. Who scored? It was Cameron Archer. Who else, really, to be honest? He's easily... I'm going to say it right now, my man of the match by a mile. There's not been anyone close. Not been anyone close here that has done anything significant. Maybe you can say, you know, Kamara at CDM. Diego Carlos in the first half was very good, but yeah, it has to be Archer for the goal. Sorry, but it's just 6 and 7s across the board, and then Archer grabs the winner potentially. Do we win a trophy? I think we do. You know, I think we do. I think we actually might win silverware on stream. And for anyone who says, oh yeah, I don't watch Villa win trophies, we might actually see Villa lift the trophy here in 3 minutes, which I will stay on to see. Archer over Mbappe. Alright, let's calm. Alright. Archer will become one of the best strikers in the Prem, I believe. Let him mature and see. I agree with that, Hannah. I said that a few minutes ago. I think Archer is a name to be remembered. And I think he'll be a phenomenal talent. He just needs to play. It's the only thing is he needs to play. Traore, man of the match. Traore did a bit in the first half, but still not enough to score. Or even really get close to scoring. So I'll give him credit for his, again, his drive and his desire to do well, take on players. I think he even nutmegged someone. I can't believe I'm saying that as a reason to give praise, but I am. But come on, Archer of the goal. It's the most important thing. What a trophy! This is pure delusion. Same on level Man United fans. You know what? I am shameless. This is a final. This is a final, to be fair. Yeah, I would loan Traore. The only thing I'm thinking of is like squad depth, and what if, Bailey gets injured again? What if, like Buendia or any other player just starts performing badly? We need depth, really. So that's the only thing I worry. Loan Archer, shut up. Such a troll, man. I'd rather have this Queensland trophy against this Raw side than a Bangkok Super Cup against Liverpool. See, beating Liverpool is cool though. Yeah, we do, guys. We technically win a trophy. It's a cup. It's the Queensland's Cup. So yeah, you know what? We didn't concede a goal, so happy days. What a World Cup badge on your kit. Okay. Winning the Club World Cup is no feat, I think. You are playing poor teams. Free kick for Villa has been stopped. Don't even know what for. Is he going to make him retake it? Why make him retake it in a friendly? He scored for Villa. It was the one and only number 35, Cameron Archer. Remember the name. If you're not a Villa fan, remember the name, my friend. Queensland is garbage. Queenstown is goat. I'd have to see. Look, I'd love to go to Australia one day. 100% I'm going to go. I'm going to go to at least Sydney. Free kick for Villa. Cleared at the near post. It was smashed in, to be honest, rather than being whipped in. But they can't get it clear, Brisbane. And my stream is starting to lag. To be fair, it's the first time it's lagged all stream. Cross comes in from Crescene. It's going to be a corner kick to Villa. We're past the 90th minute mark here. And we're going to have 3 minutes of added time. Champions of Oz. Champions of Oz. You'll never sing that. You'll never sing that. United fans acted like they won the Premier Bank. I mean, yeah, but it was funny. It's funny. They're gonna like gas it up a little bit because they beat Liverpool. I'd do the same. I'd be that shameless. Australia's a great place to live. I lived there for 2 years in the 90s. Liverpool fans have been in the mud all week. I love it. Oh man, they've been moulding for ages. It's great. Did you enjoy your time in Australia? 2 years is quite nice. I'm presuming it was like for a job there. I'd actually enjoy that. It'd be nice. Yeah. Yeah, Hannah's right, but I'd do the same. I am shameless. I'd do the exact same. It's funny. It is funny. Come on, they have beaten their rivals. Okay. I have heard, though, Newcastle are interested, but I doubt he'll go. Sydney's cringe. What about Sydney's man? I'd like to go, if it sounds alright. Get a 2-year work visa? I'd be down for that. I'd work there. I'm studying computer science right now. I'd go over there. Archer's not a centre forward. What would you say Archer is then? Because I think he's one of the most natural centre forwards I've seen. John McGinniesta, who scored the one and only Cameron Archer. The one and only, mate. Put us 1-0 in front when we looked like we weren't going to score at all. Big email coming from me after the game. Okay, I will look forward to that. Harry, you employ Ruben Loftus-Cheek. They employ Ross Barkley, bro. they employ. Oh, great tackle actually. If he missed time, that's a penalty. Brilliant challenge. Sydney's alright. It's like a big suburb. Highly recommend seeing the Australian rainforest and Great Barrier Reef. Oh man, I'd love to. Dean got quiet. He did go quiet after the Archer goal. Villa take the corner short on the byline. Oh, it's deflected wide. He should have. I think he's gone for goal there. It takes a deflection. Villa get another corner. 20 seconds to go here. Yeah, there's your answer, Stealth. 20 seconds. Was Barkley's goat? He's a goat, bro. Melbourne's very European. I was gonna say, I bet it's got, some places have a bit of influence. Watkins goes for goals, deflected again. It's gonna be another throw-in on the left-hand side this time. New Zealand better than Oz. I mean, I'll let you guys battle that out in the comments. You loaned out Barkley from us, yeah, and look how well that went. Therefore, I know what I'm talking about when I say Barkley's terrible. Barkley is awful. Is that full time? It is. Aston Villa have won a trophy. We have won the game by a singular goal to nil, thanks to a Cameron Archer finish in the 70th minute. We have won a trophy, boys. We played 3 friendlies. We have won 4-0 against Warsaw, 1-0 against Leeds 3 days ago, and 1-0 against the Brisbane Roar today. I think that is the trophy, right? I am shameless. Great game, proud of the Roar. You know what? I've got to say this: Brisbane Roar. If I was going to choose, right, fan from Villa, fan from Brisbane Roar, he would be more proud. By far, is Brisbane. Brisbane can be proud how they defended. They can be proud with, the fact they never gave up. And the only time we scored was thanks to a bit of quality from someone I think is going to have a good season if we give him that opportunity. So that is not in any way disrespect to Brisbane. I'm happy with the goal, but that is it. Defensively, we were all right, but I gotta give credit where it's due. Warren Martinez apparently did play. He did play. He got subbed off. Got a clean sheet. What a game from Mings. Another clean sheet. What a pen from Mount. Oh man, you know when Mason Mount missed that penalty against Liverpool, I was laughing so much. I think, and I'm going to say this right now, right? Not just because Harry's here. He's a Chelsea fan. Mason Mount, I've said for ages, is one of the most overrated players I've ever seen. Everyone loves Mason Mount. I don't get it. I will never understand it, right? He's an alright player. I'll even say he's an average player. But he gets so much fame and so much, gas for no reason. I don't get it. Well, bro, you don't even know who that is, man. He did well. Foden's clear. Bro, Foden is so far clear. Foden's so far clear. Are you sub, Christopher? Thank you. Guys, if you haven't subbed, please make sure you do. I'd very much appreciate it. I am just going to see, by the way, if we do lift the trophy. If we lift the trophy, I'll stay on stream. But yeah, Mount is so overrated. And I'm telling you, if Mason Mount left Chelsea, all the Chelsea fans will say he's bad. I know it will happen. How was Kester Hayden's performance? Kester was good today. Kester was very good. He actually he got assist for the goal. It may go down as a Watkins assist, but it was Kester's cross into the middle. So if it's counted as Watkins, I'm not going to listen to that. Kester did very well. Got to the byline like 3 or 4 times. Cut it back. He's good defensively. He's good going forward. He's someone definitely for the future. What performance for Jacob Ramsey? We won the game, bro. Shut up. I was shameless as well. He did his edge. Oh, bro, I love being shameless. It's great. Me talking about Mount, though, is not shameless. That is just me being honest. Like Gallagher's clear of Mount. And that's me praising a Chelsea player over another one. Right? Just to show it's not me being shameless. Gallagher is so far clear of Mount, it's unbelievable. If Gallagher played for Chelsea, right, all season, ahead of Mount, Chelsea would do better. 100%. Brisbane Roar, yes, Brisbane Roar better than Chelsea. I agree. I'm very desperate to see this trophy being lifted. I think because the ads are going up, I think that means we might actually lift the trophy here. Surely the stream would have just ended, right? How you doing, Clearly McGinn? What's up? Guys, what do you think of that performance? If you're a Villa fan or if you're a neutral watching the game or whatever, how do you think we played? Is this a result we should be positive of? Is there any performance you're positive of in particular? Stream's been full of bait. Yeah, guys, don't react to what he says, for God's sake. It's what he wants. The goal scorer was Cameron Archer in the 70th minute. I have to crack my tablet because it didn't. You had to crack your tablet because it didn't work. I don't think that's going to make it work, mate. Gallagher to Villa, I'd love that. I would absolutely love that. The only thing is, I can see Villa not going for it because we already have too many midfielders. Like, it would stop players like Ramsey, Buendia, maybe even Coutinho. It'd stop them playing. And that's not going to happen. So, yeah. I like Gallagher. I think he's a phenomenal player. But, yeah. Swap deal. Yeah, give him Luis. Hey, Harry, you're now entitled to have a brilliant Brazilian holding midfielder slash box to box slash whatever the hell you want to call him. Douglas Luiz. He's amazing at set pieces. So good. Great, great deal. Do you reckon I sold it? Oh man. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Please. Please, man. Bro, after you crack your tablet because it lagged too. How does that help it though? I gotta ask. If that helps it, fair enough, but I don't know how. Oh my god. I don't get. You know, we rejected money, by the way, off Arsenal for Douglas Luiz. I just want everyone to know that. Arsenal in January came with 30 million and we said no. I want to vomit, bro. I'd rather a clean sheet and 1-0 versus a tough defensive side than a 4-3 against a banter team. Exactly. I agree with that. Plus, a 1-0 on from Villa's perspective looks half decent as well. Okay, well, my game has just flicked over from Brisbane Roar against Villa, so I doubt there's actually going to be a trophy lifted. Maybe it will be on... well, I was not watching it on Villa TV, so there might be a trophy being lifted there, but they went over to another game that's about to start. I think we paid them to take Luiz. I think so, mate. And Travis says, do you reckon if we play Archer up front, do you reckon it would be better as him alone up top or as a two-partner, Ings or Watkins? I'd rather us play two strikers. I think one up front, we limit ourselves to what we do. So I'd like to see us have two strikers. Guys, thank you all for being here. You've all been amazing. Right now, there's 47 of you in chat. And I think, only... I'm going to look at the like count here. 20. Bro, there's over double people in chat. So if you haven't, please like the video as you leave. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm going to be live for Villa versus Man United. And the final friendly, I think it's against Rennes in France. So if you do want to help support me there, feel free to do so. Thank you for watching. Just before I leave, the goal scorer was Cameron Archer. I've had a lot of questions of that today. Archer is the goal scorer. He's the future of Aston Villa. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you again very, very soon.